Hi, welcome. The Bloody Pudge welcomes you back as Kyugo reminded me that I didn't explore all of Stormhill Castle and I didn't do this bridge part yet, which I didn't actually even realize extended out from the castle because I didn't really look at the map. Whoops. So I remember fighting through these tribuckets recently, and or not recently, a while ago, and they kicked my ass. So I thought I'm not going to bash my head against those, so I'll just get to the doorway. It looks like the doorway that leads to the bridge. And just to give an update on build stuff, I've been trying out a couple things. I got the Uchi Katana. I believe it's called Uchi Katana. The Smoochy Katana. Oh no. And I tried out the Bloody, the thing, the self-sacrificing thing where the guy cuts his hand in a dramatic fashion and then cuts you with the cut hand. Whatever that Ash of War was, the default one on Uchi Katana. Smoochy. The default one on this sword. And I found that I didn't really understand that skill. But if I kept an Ash of War that was something like the one I have on now, which is like a quick step or something, I could keep keen scaling on it, and then that would allow me to electrify it, which seems cool. I gained a couple more skill points in dexterity. I'm only 2 away right now from being able to use the tree spear, at which point I'll decide if I want to continue with the tree spear as like a lightning lancer, or if I want to keep pumping dexterity and eventually getting like honed bolt or electrify or something, which is an Ash of War that has dex scaling on it, that like zaps skies like a lightning bolt from the sky, like Fist of Heaven's Paladin, Diablo 2. So I'm kind of debating. I'm not really sure which direction I'm going to go, but I've been trying out a couple of weapons. I even tried out a flail because I love flails. Heart of the Oak, Diablo 2. I've always wanted to have like a paladin and recreate that in various other games with a flail and a leather armor and stuff, but I don't know, the flail was a little underwhelming in a way, but it seems like the game is balanced well enough that nothing should matter, or that kind of stuff shouldn't matter, and everything will work out no matter which direction you go. I see a knife wiggling and a horse hiding behind this pillar. Is that a horse? Where are you? Yeah, like a long-haired horse with a nice big hoof sticking out of there. Okay. You look special. Maybe we'll bring in some support for that. I can't call in my homie, so I need to call in someone else. Inventory. I won't have enough FP to call in my homie, and I don't want to... What do I need? 67... Oh, you! Lieutenant, let's call you in. Do we have enough FP? Nice. Please don't aggro those guys, Lieutenant. You're totally going to aggro those guys, aren't you? Please don't. You're the Albinariac. Check out what is going on. Oh! You've got those wicked forearms too. Was Ranella of Lernia an Albinariac? She had those enormous forearms as well, and huge feet. This woman's feet aren't impressively huge like Ranella's were, but her forearms are enormous, like Ranella's were. Are you a turret? Can you move? Or are you just stuck on your knees the entire time? Was Ranella an Albinariac, which means that she would... What did the Albinariacs like? They liked not the Erd tree, but the other tree. Halid tree? Oh, you're looking a little bit less horse-like. And a little bit more lion-like? Okay, well, let's buff up. I don't know if it's worth using all my buffs for this, but we'll just electrify and blessing spoon and get at it. Bring it, bitch. Whoa! Can you help me out, lady? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, a chain? No, 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 lion. Over here. Oh, fuck. Okay. So far, so good. It's going okay. Little, Lieutenant, is really helping me out here. Oh, this thing's cool looking. Oh, nice. I got pounced by Ichiyaki. Oh, no problem. Oh, nice. A somber smithing stone, which is always good. And beast blood, that's new. Old Fang is also new. She's, okay, she's doing no damage. Which I guess none of them really do any damage until probably you level them up. Oh, oh, can't touch me, bitch! Too fast! Oh, I kind of like this, Ashamore. Oh my. That guard counter is a little slow. But, man, that's cool to be able to just dodge around the environment like that quickly. Especially if you can get that thing. Was it the Cerulean sword? Cerulean dagger? That allows you to recharge your FP on getting a sneak attack. If you can just like sneak behind a guy and then get a backstab. I feel like I'm really changing directions of my original intention. But whatever. I don't know, we'll try out the katana for a little while. I found that the guard counters are a little slow with it. Which, you know, I've been using them pretty... Oh, let's inspect. I've been using them pretty heavily. But I'm also having a really hard time... They were all crafting materials, right? Really hard time... Oh, I've had beast blood before. Fresh beast blood glinting with gold. So they have some Erd tree stuff in them. Or grace in them. Material used for crafting items. Found by hunting carnivorous beasts, this glimmering blood never rots or decays. Oh, that's neat. And then I also had a beast claw or something. Oh, which I already had. Old Fang. Rarely seen specimen of beast fang material used for crafting items found in carnivorous. These multiple overlapping fangs grow from a single root. Perhaps they're a vestige of the primordial crucible. Whatever the fuck that means. Big words. You bombasts. Whoever your writers are. I wonder if this... I'm assuming this is originally written in Japanese, because From Software is a Japanese development company. I'm curious if their language that they use when they're developing this, or writing this in Japanese, if they do first, before they localize it, is as... Not bombastic, because that is kind of not a put down, but like... bombastic means... Oh my god, am I going to explain what bombastic means? To be unnecessarily complicated in your language, or like use overly complicated language for no reason. In some ways. I mean, that's my understanding of bombastic, at least. But, yeah, these guys aren't coming alive, are they? Okay, we've got the same armor on. Anyways, to complete my thought, I'm curious if the Japanese original version before it's localized uses, like, the same kind of language that the English localized version does, if they have kind of Japanese equivalents for all these very, I don't know, I'd say relatively high level of language that the game uses. I wonder if that's got an equivalent. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, that's quite a scene. I like this. This is beautiful composition. Wow. Got some... Is it Ionic? Yeah, some Ionic-inspired Greek columns. Predating the Corinthian, after the Doric. I mean, it's somewhere between Corinthian and Ionic. Maybe it's more. Sorry, it's more Corinthian than Ionic. Corinthian are the ones that are like the super ornate tops. Ionic were the ones that look like that scrolls, which these ones have the scrolls at the top. And then Doric were like the really simple, like rounded tops, I believe, if my Greek history is correct. Oh yeah, these are much more Corinthian style. Beautiful. This looks awesome. Yeah, this game, I've said it before many times, and I'll say it again, this game at a distance looks wonderful. Up close looks good enough. No complaints from me, and that's not something I generally complain about, and I'm sure the artists that I work with would also like the way it looks, because it's a good-looking game, a lot of creativity in this game. So far, pretty diverse landscapes, too, and not just external environments or natural features, but like this beautiful open gate looks a lot different than the Learning of the Lakes open gate. Like, or the Stormhill Castle cave. Like, this is much more ornate, so it's a very different art palette. Not ominous. I think Funky Fritter said that I don't have to rest. Someone told me. I'm sorry. People have told me a lot of things playing this game, and so I forget who tells me what. So forgive me if I get a name. But someone told me that you don't have to rest a Site of Grace in order to respawn back at it afterwards. But I'm not gonna test that theory in case that lion guy respawns. This looks an awful lot. This is giving me deja vu for the bridge that grows over Lake Hylia in Legends of Zelda: Twilight Princess that you have the boss battle with the orc on when you're riding your horse. What do you got there? Bolt Drake Talisman. That sounds like something I might use. Go, 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 go. Boost lightning down. Oh, negation. Never mind. I mean, maybe I'll use it one day, but for now, no. I want output. Ooh, boy, this is ominous. This is a cool scene, and the music is lovely for setting whatever tone it's setting. Okay, are these just collapsed? Oh, this is so cool. This is fantastic ambience. And I know I can't get across. We're all getting awfully close to the base of the Erd Tree. This is just art for art's sake. Yeah, okay. Doesn't really add anything. How about you? Oh, I can't horse up? Alright. I feel like... Oh, you're one of those... Oh, shit. You gonna pull out a bow on me and start... Oh, no, you're not gonna pull out a bow on me. Okay, well, good thing it's raining, because... that will give me some bonus to my... Aye! You got a lot of health there, homeboy! Oh my god! Now, are these statues on the ground the same? Okay, oh man. Okay, so what are my options here? Option 1 is I can fight these guys. Option 2 is I don't fight them. It seems like I'm supposed to use the pillars or those side things as a way to advance onto the bow person, but I'm not that like. It seems like Now, is it just the damage type I was doing? Is a black flame gonna do a lot more damage to this guy? Was it where I hit him? Oh shit! Right between the legs. Whoa! You know what? I'm going with plan. No plan. Whatever. I'm gonna see if I can run past these guys and just run right to the bowman. The bowyer? Okay, no, you're gonna hit that pole right in front of you. You're just gonna hit that pole. No problem. You can hit that pole? Yeah. Remember, actually, no, these guys had bitch feet. It's brittle bitch feet. Their feet were very soft and crumbled quite easily. Oh, man. When I actually got up close to them. I think they stomped a little bit and they had a little bit of offense, but I remember their feet being quite vulnerable. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, bitch feet. Little baby tender feet. I'm sorry, I'm in a weird mood tonight. Never have I ever uttered the words little baby tender feet before, but tonight is the night. Well, depending on how many souls these guys give, it might be worth going back and killing the other ones. This gets quite... You know what? Let's not risk that. Let's just get rid of this guy. How many souls are you giving? Is that 5,000? Damn, I'll be back for your buddies. Ooh, or will I? Okay. Every single one of these have transported me to Lurny of the Lakes. Or, yeah, to the front door. No, that's not true. That's a total lie. That one transported me to the Beastmaster, whatever. Ooh, I am tempted to try and kill these guys. Maybe I'll try, oh, shit. Oh, yeah, that's more like it. Oh, my starry-eyed surprise. Oh, yeah. Get each other. Get him. Get him, bitch. Yeah. Get your buddy. Friendly fire is on. Friendly fire is on. And I am a fan of it. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, shit is right. Get your friend. One more. Big time. One more hit. Don't knock yourself off, Pudge. Oh, fuck. Don't get knocked off the edge. Okay, how many souls was that? I didn't see. I was too busy dying. Oh, that was only... Oh, you're much more... Much more well-equipped. Nope, fuck this. I don't need to kill this guy. That's fine. You know what? I feel like exterminating... Oh, I was about to say something very rude, and I didn't mean it. I was going to say exterminating a population like this seems worth my time. Fuck. Give me your booties. Oh, you see the lightning curve? James McAvoy. I'm surprised that the his weapon didn't block my attack. This is probably a bad idea, and there's going to be a really hard enemy after these guys. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's just... get those feet. A little Tootsie Kiss. Just a little lightning smooch on their Tootsies. Come on, man. That was totally my fault. I don't know who I'm trying to blame for that. Well, I mean, at the very least, if this ends up being a bad idea to spend all my mana to do this, then at the very least I can just run back through here and probably get through here without too much issue. Yeah, get him in the mouth while his mouth's open. Dodongo him. Ooh. No. Okay, well, we'll just... And zip. Do I get iframes when I use that quick step that I just did? Oh, whoa. Okay, what do you give me? Okay, I have far too many souls right now, but whatever, we're just gonna keep going. That was a cool experience, or a cool encounter, I would say. Oh yeah, if this teleports us somewhere dangerous, we are not prepared. Maybe this could be a boss run, perhaps. Because I could see this, you know, the kind of thing where, oh yeah, you've got a site of grace back there, and you just have to run by a few giant things and use this teleporter to get to a boss. And you could probably do it without dying. Travel to another location? I guess so. I have so many souls. What is life without risks, you know? And how much is my time worth, right? If I had to rest in the site of grace, and then come back here, I don't know. Anyways, I was talking more about my build. I'm having a very hard time committing to a build, and I find it very interesting because I think my playthrough of this game and the builds that I'm selecting are very reflective of my inability to commit to things in life. There's some metaphors, there's some learnings, or at least some parallels between this game and my build choices and my inability to commit to things in my life. Yeah, there's no way this isn't... I should have rested. Ugh. Oh no, these are all enemies? Are you an enemy bird? Oh fuck, my worst nightmare. My worst nightmare. Yeah. I know. You're gonna kick my ass, you fucking bird. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm pussying out. I'm gonna go level up, and then I'm gonna run back here. Just a moment. That was absolutely worth it, because now I'm back here with a full number of flasks, assuming that is a boss fight. I do want to go back this way and check out the spaces. Yeah. I was mentioning before that I thought this game was, at least my builds, my inability to pick builds in this game is a parallel for my life in some way. Just because in the past, I've had difficulty committing to things. It took me quite a long time to get into the games industry, or to even decide that I want to be in the games industry. I was a little bit of a late bloomer in that, because the profession I was in before games I was not happy with, so I went back to school, and then I'd say got into games quite a bit later than probably most would. Probably later than I would have liked to, but you know, that's life. You know? So yeah, I didn't get into the games industry until I was in my late 20s. I don't know, some people would probably get into it potentially right out of university, especially if they have a university-focused degree, or a games-focused degree in university, but yeah, I didn't even think that becoming a game designer was something that I could even do, like, realistically. I didn't think I'd have the skills for it, or the intelligence for it, or the persistence for it, or whatever, the ability, period, to do it until, I mean, I never really did until I got hired. But I never even thought that making games was even a possibility until I was like 21, and I did started making games as a hobby at that point. But I don't know, I feel like that in a lot of things I've had trouble committing to things in real life, and that is reflected in my inability to commit to builds in this game. Wonderful little exploration of my own brain while playing this. Okay, let's stop talking about me, because the game is a lot more interesting than I am. Oh, those poor birds. Okay, maybe this isn't a boss. Is this supposed to be some sort of... Let's have a look-see here. Let's appreciate this environment art for a moment. I see some sort of beast in the middle and birds. And that's kind of the only thing I can identify. I can't really look up high enough. I wonder is this tower supposed to parallel the Erd tree in some way? Is it supposed to be like a man-made? I don't know. I wonder if there's some symbolism in that. I don't remember the Erd tree having that much orange in the center of it. I thought it was like just a big golden broccoli all the way around. But we are getting close to it. Wow, what an unceremonious bottom. I assumed that the Erd tree would have this massive shrine built around the base, but it's just like... And like the whole city would be built around it, encircling it, but it's just like embedded in a rock. Yeah. I guess maybe the Erd tree's not that important. I don't know. Alright, boss. I'm gonna get ready to summon my buddy. Boss? Boss. Boss? Ooh, we got an RP walk in. That doesn't look good. Now, is that supposed to be dust falling from the ceiling? Or a symbiote? Are we gonna get a venom suit here? We're gonna look up and say Parker as the church bells ring. That was a Spider-Man 3 reference. Oh, no. We're supposed to step in this volcano butthole on the ground? Let's step on it. Not a trap? Okay. A little more RP walking then. This looks like a root structure. I'm assuming that's supposed to be the symbolism. It's a root structure a la the Erd tree. Yep. Okay, whatever. It's happening. Whatever it is, it's happening. Oh, there's a little platform I could have jumped on. Is there stuff there? Stuff there? No, 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 no. I feel like I'm going up the tower in... What's it called? Wind Waker. They have those massive towers in Wind Waker. You're supposed to visit that, the shard with the Triforce in it. I feel like I should have inspected that thing in front of me before I stepped on. I knew, I mean, there was a good chance that was going to happen. Oh, this is to call the elevator if it's down. I see, that's just a fancy lever. Okay. Lost Grace discovered? Now, what's this called? Divine Tower of Limgrave, Lost Grace. Okay, I might cut this. I'm going to quickly travel back down and make sure that I didn't miss anything at that shrine-looking thing. Okay, are you of anything of significance? Nope, you're just art. Probably meaningful? Or not. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Anything down that I can drop down to? I like the scenery, though. I feel like I'm in a... What's it called? Those things... Observatory. No, not observatory. The thing that have the stars in them. Planetarium. Okay. Well... This is something that's worth talking about. So... A long time ago, we talked about sight. Oh, I need to be very careful when I put away my telescope. We talked about sight lines and how this game has done a very good job of generally not allowing, like, giving the of giving the player having long sight lines that haven't really had any huge issues with lotting out, or like showing players areas where things haven't loaded in yet, or they're not absurdly low levels of detail. But then, you know, this is kind of the opposite of that. Now, I'm guessing that on a higher-end machine, or a... Oh, that's cool. That's something we can talk about. Cool. Anyways, a higher-end machine or something like that, then maybe this would be populated with stuff, but my artists would not let me design... Even this was like a really important thing. We would find a way to obscure the player's vision of this landscape over here so you couldn't see all of this, so you couldn't see all of this terrain and stuff that has no detail on it and no assets loaded in. They would find a way to obscure it. Either you'd be up in fog right now, or you would, I don't know. It's just, it's interesting because it allows you to get kind of a scope of an idea of the scope of the world, but it also makes the world feel small in a way. And that's something that happens when you introduce planes into games like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. At that point, you kind of realize how small the game world really was, even though it felt so huge as a kid. I was a teenager when I played it. But when you get an airplane, you realize you can fly across the map instantly, and now giving the player this high-up view of the whole map is cool, because you can see, oh, there's a place I can go. That looks so cool over there. I wonder what's that? Oh, this is cool. Where can I go? Yada, 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 stuff like that. That's really cool. But it also... makes the map seem kind of small in a way. Although, no, I don't know, it's really tough to get a sense of scale from up here. Like, what is that tower that's down there? Is that Fort Height? I don't know. It's tough, but it makes the world seem... maybe it doesn't even make the world seem... I may have to retract that statement. Anyways, the thing that I wanted to talk about, which I thought was cool because it's something that I've worked with before and I know other companies do, is this is a perfect time to talk about terrain and meshes, because we can see them very clearly here. So, don't come in, clouds. I want to talk about terrain and meshes. So, what a lot of games will have... Go away, clouds, is... Actually, maybe I'll rest of the morning. Maybe that'll make it more clear. Yeah, it didn't really help. Anyways, so what a lot of games engines or companies will do, or companies using game engines, the way that you build the world is through two kind of main components. You'll have the terrain and you'll have meshes. And the terrain is essentially a big piece of carpet or something that you can manipulate that underlies all of the game's surfaces, with some exceptions. And what you can see here is the terrain is essentially what you can manipulate and freely brush and pull up and push down and make ramps out of, and undulations and all these kind of things. There's all these kinds of tools to kind of manipulate the surface of a brush or of a piece of terrain as if you were like a sculptor sculpting clay, or if you've sculpted in something like ZBrush or Maya. Like, you can really manipulate the surface of terrain to be kind of whatever you want. And different kinds of terrain will have different levels of resolution. So you can, there's one vertex every meter you can manipulate, or like 5 or 4 vertices every meter you can manipulate. Whatever, it depends on the resolution of the terrain. You can see here, and then there's also meshes is the second thing that kind of creates the environment, and those are static objects that you can't necessarily manipulate usually, other than just like scaling uniformly. So you can scale it to like be half the size, 2 times the size, 3 times the size. Sometimes you can scale them to be uniform, non-uniform, like you could scale on the X or the Y or the Z independently, whatever it may be. But generally how environments are made is you've got the terrain, which will form kind of the baseline, like the ground of the environment. And you can see the terrain here. I think the best example of the terrain, right, is here. You see these little beige, right at the diamond, right, at the diamond on my little compass. That is a piece of terrain that has been made to look like a pathway. And this big cylinder here, at the diamond, or the diamond of my compass, is also another piece of terrain. And so what's happened here is you can see that they've painted the terrain up above what is, I'm assuming, water. Again, I'm using the diamond, the top of the screen as a reticle. And then it transfers from terrain into a static mesh here, or a mesh here, which is that bridge. And then if you take this and you look at this color we have here, all this color of this little pillar here that is terrain, all of this space around here is also that same color, because it's the same terrain tile or the same terrain piece that has the same terrain texture on it that's been painted and kind of manipulated to form the ground. Like you can see here, if I use the red or that diamond again as my pointer, you can see that we've got some low ground here and we've got a slow ramp up of terrain to a higher location here. Or we can see here we've got this elevated terrain here, and then when they painted it down here, again using the diamond to kind of direct your eyes. And then what's often done here is you use the terrain to kind of get the general shape of a space, and you'll often be walking on the terrain. I'll talk about that in a second. And then what you'll do is when you make like a cliff out of terrain, you'll want to encompass that cliff or wrap that cliff in static objects so that it looks good. Because when you paint terrain up and do these kind of like really like these pillars of terrain, like this one up here at the diamond, what happens often is because you're kind of stretching the terrain up and pulling it up, you're going to get a lot of texture blur, because you're essentially applying a texture, a very small texture on this very large surface area on the side of this terrain here. So you'll often make the top, like this upper area, you'll make that out of terrain, and then you'll make the lower part out of terrain, and then you will wrap that terrain in static meshes to kind of conceal that it is terrain and like this ugly thing's hiding underneath. And you can see that's happening all around here. This is all terrain that has been edged by static meshes to kind of hide the edge of the terrain, because the edge of the terrain looks ugly. But you can see this entire area here, it looks like they've applied different materials to different squares of the terrain. So you can generally divide terrain up into different squares, so that either you can apply different textures to it at large, or different teammates can work on different squares at the same time. Like you can check out files, so that if I'm working in this square up at the top of the screen here at my diamond, I have a teammate who's working on this square, another team who's working on this square, another team who's working on this square. That could be why there's this square division here. Could be lots of reasons, but I'm assuming it's just right now the reason we've got these squares is because these two tiles here of terrain have a higher level of detail than these two. Again, pointing with my diamond. So these two have a higher level of detail because they've got a little bit more variable. You can see this kind of beige, and then this other material that's kind of spackled in. And then we've got these two over here, which are kind of just one solid color. So I'm assuming that maybe lower levels of detail, especially this further one. Anyways, so that's kind of how the world's made. You paint the general bigger terrain-like spaces. You paint the general bigger natural features and make those out of terrain, and then you've got your static meshes like this tower, or like this building, or like all these rocks and stuff that you put on top of the terrain to make the world more beautiful and more interesting to interact with, and to be more square often, or to look different than just essentially a big piece of. You can think of the terrain as like a big piece of putty that underlies the entire world, and then you can punch holes in it if you've got the right tools to. Although that causes issues with lighting sometimes. That I'm not something I can get into because I don't have the strongest understanding of it, but it's something that I've had to deal with in the past. And one of the reasons why games will make worlds out of terrain is, one, because terrain is relatively smooth, so it's easy to run across, and it's easy to paint things in large swaths with textures like grass or rocks or whatever it may be. And it's generally better for the player and the AI to navigate on when you've got this smooth terrain to run on, as opposed to really bumpy rocks. So that's general, and it's also more cost effective and more memory effective if you have a large swath of landscape that you're running on that is terrain versus running on static meshes. So if you made this entire area over here with a static mesh as the base, it'd probably be more memory intensive than if it was just like a big piece of terrain. Although you can turn static mesh into terrain, but okay. Anyways, I'm gonna move on. But yeah, it's nice to see the guts of the game. Get a little bit. Oh yeah, you see, you use this terrain tool here to kind of make a switchback, which terrain, like games like Unreal Engine have interesting terrain tools that allow you to make ramps and switchbacks and extrude and push in and do all kinds of fun stuff. All kinds of fun stuff. I was standing way too close to the ledge there, and there's a pretty good chance I was going to roll off it. Well, I'm feeling there's going to be a cutscene of some sort, because it seems like this is going to be. Hey, it's the two fingers. But they look a little bit crooked and beat up. Really pretty scene, though. These are the two fingers that are with the old crone, or similar to the two fingers that are with the old crone in the round table hold. That looks like a biohazard sign. Almost looks like they're made of wood, doesn't it? Okay, let's get my black flame out just in case. I'm sure this is like a shard of the Elden Ring, maybe? Let's find out. Alright, Geronimo. Yeah, it definitely looks like wood that has been... It is wood. Ugh. Restore the... I guess so. What's this gonna... Of the Great Rune. We have Great Runes, right? Kiem's... I thought I had Godric's Great Rune. Godric's Great Rune devoid of any benediction. I guess so. I thought we had other Great Runes as well. Like Renella gave us a Great Rune, didn't she? Remember? Oh no, there's a. I guess. All right. Well, I'm sure this is what I'm supposed to do. These. Oh, that's really interesting art though. These. I need to go back and look at the fingers in the fingers around table hold and see if those are also made of wood. I love how it's probably some super important religious artifact and I'm just running around on top of it like it's a kid's playground. Alright, let's restore. Give me a cinematic. Great Rune restored Godric's... Oh, I should have read the description of the Great Rune before I used it. A Great Rune of the Shardbearer Godric. Its blessing raises all attributes. This Great Rune is known as the Anchor Ring, found at the center of the Elden Ring. The first demigods were the Elden Lord Godfrey and his offspring, the Golden Lineage. So is Godric one of Godfrey's kids? So Godfrey is a person in this game. Okay, I wasn't just making up Gilbert Godfrey. Okay, let's go talk to the finger reader crone. Yo, I saw your brother fingers. You look awfully less woody than your brother, though. You look a little bit fleshier. Oh, I mean a little bit woody, but a little bit fleshier. Oh wait, way fleshier. Much fleshier. Let's check out your... Oh, I didn't even know I could touch the 2 fingers. I just touched the other 2 fingers. Let's see what happens if I touch you. No, let's talk to her first, and then I'll touch you afterwards. You have returned. What is it?
What is it?
Why couldn't they have receive power from remembrance, receive equipment of champions?
Now go forth.
Wouldn't it be...
Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Okay. Okay, let's touch him. I'm surprised that this hasn't given me any updated conversations based on what I just did. Okay. Alright, before I end this episode, I believe it was Mucus Broth told me that I could...
A pleasure to see you, thank goodness. I'm still looking for... It's not easy.
Yeah. Oh, tell what the blacksmith said. This is what Mucus Broth thing told me about, is I could upgrade my ashes if I talk to this lady. What did the blacksmith say? You know how they could actually... I wouldn't have thought to talk to this person again. Because one thing that they could have... Because she's kind of just standing here, and she even had the same opening line as before. But what they could potentially do to have the... kind of pull the player in and, in my opinion, incentivize them to talk to the player and make them kind of... Or characters and make them more interested in talking to characters, is have them relocate their positions a little bit. So maybe one time she's standing here with her arm... She's holding her arm by the fire, and the next one she's kind of like leaning over here looking at the fire. That might make you more inclined to come and talk to them and investigate what's happening in these scenes. So I want to tell her what the blacksmith said.
You're telling me I possess some kind of gift?
I vaguely remember that.
I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first.
Wow, he has no
I
self-confidence.
should try to hone it, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
Ask Master Hugh to teach me.
I think it's a great idea.
Certainly, he does appear intimidating.
Yeah,
and
kind
holds
of.
no love for us tarnished.
He's a bit of a racist, yeah.
I know he's trapped here at
Oh,
the
is he?
Round Table Hold.
He wasn't that sad about it, though.
So, I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all.
Agree to disagree.
If I do have a talent for spirit tuning,
Oh.
goodness knows that would be a surprise.
So she's going to change the
Suppose I should
spirits.
try to hone it, shouldn't
Upgrade the
I?
spirits.
I'll
Summons.
ask Master Hugh to teach me.
Okay, I'm going to go talk to Hugh.
If I do have a talent
Yeah.
for spirit.
Master Hugh Rant, shall we call him? Nope, wrong way. I wish this was more distinct. But whatever, you can kind of see the exits. This is totally my fault that I just went the wrong way. Okay, I've talked to that lady. Hugh.
Well, where have you been?
Shut up.
hiding?
I've been, you barnacle head
What,
bitch.
you
I've...
forget?
Yeah, no.
No matter, it's all out your arms.
Yeah. Rodrika wants to know stuff.
What
What
about
about her? Would you watch over
Are
her?
you out of your mind?
No.
Who'd stay with an ugly brute who only knows how to smith?
You talking about her?
Absurd. Besides, she'd never agree to it.
Oh, this guy also has no self-confidence. They'd be a perfect match for each other. Either they would be a great support for each other, or they'd become unhealthily
I
attached.
refuse to believe it.
Oh, man.
I don't doubt you, but I know when something's too good to be true.
I guess I just go back. I feel like I'm playing telephone or matchmaker. Did you know that when you bought Elden Souls, you'd be playing a matchmaker game between a shy girl and a barnacle head man?
Have a talent for spirit tuning. And goodness, I suppose
Yeah.
I should try and
Yeah.
ask Master.
Go talk to him.
If I do, I suppose I should.
So I
ask
feel like
Master
maybe I need to leave and come back for this to advance, because it seems like they don't really have any state changes while the player is still
Back
around.
already, no matter.
Okay, well, I guess I'll probably leave and then come back. but I will do that in another episode. And at that point, hopefully these two have become besties, and we made a great pair, a great life pairing. Not necessarily romantic. I have no interest in pairing that up, but we've put together good company. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up. Get your cape billowing in the still air. And that was fun. That was a really interesting landscape that we explored. That tower was really cool. And I'm glad we got a chance to talk about terrain and stuff. Anyways, I'm out of here. Take care. Bye-bye.